The secret is, it may be that the Pierre Poilievre that we've seen for his entire 25 years in politics has been not the real Pierre Poilievre, and the Pierre Poilievre we're going to see now is the real Poilievre. And in that, if that's the case, then I'd be very worried about his electoral fortunes. But I don't think that's what's happening. I think what's happening is they're deathly afraid of a near-term election because they're so far behind in the polls, and he's so far behind the prime minister, and therefore they're doing whatever it takes to make it difficult for the government to call an election. I don't think it's like that's the Occam's razor explanation for what's happening.
I think in politics it is such a mistake to think that the other side is stupid or to think
Oh
that they are not
yes, oh
making
yes,
sound strategic decisions. So I
yeah.
really try to weigh it when I'm looking at it, and to a large extent, I think, of course, this is necessary for them, that this pivot, or he needs to show this other side to himself. He has such a deficit when it comes to leadership, perceptions of leadership for him versus the prime minister. And so, you can scoff at a change of strategy all you want, but it doesn't mean that it won't work, and it doesn't mean that it's not smart. And
That's totally true.
but I
Yeah.
am curious, are they just also doing the fatal flaw in politics, which is fighting the last election? Or is this still necessary for him to kind of be showing this different side, to be looking more kind of like a statesman or a world leader?
I'm not so sure that both those things can be true
Hmm.
simultaneously. I mean, I certainly agree with your overall point about, um, sometimes for circumstances that are beyond the scope of the tactic being deployed. And so far, I think this is a tactic, it's not a strategy, right?
Yep.
And um, can it work? Absolutely. Should his opponents take great pains not to underestimate him? Absolutely. I mean, Pierre Poilievre's accomplished a lot in politics, and he's a very skilled communicator. I watched his interview with Peter Mansbridge, and I thought that was pretty good politics, um, especially if you're concerned about the demographic he's most likely concerned about, which
Hmm.
is the one you and I discuss frequently, Kyla. It's yeah, I think it can work, and it has worked in the past. I think that it worked for Stephen Harper.